Yeah, we were number one. So the way it happened was that we did this compilation, and then we went to the West Indies to perform as then backup dancers and rappers for Jean-Michel Rotin. And so we were not that much into Zouk at that time, but we were doing Zouk shows with him. But the rest of the time, we were never listening to the radio because it was just Zouk everywhere, because we were in the West Indies. And we were only watching BET. And we were listening to Zouk in the clubs, etc. But we were not really clubbing that much because we were busy performing and we were on tour. So at a point, for whatever reason, Jean-Michel disappears for a whole month. Disappears on us. So we don't know exactly what happened. Some issues, I don't know, in France. He just took his plane and left. So we are now in the house that we were at, his best friend's house. So we're there in the house waiting for him to return, thinking maybe he went to Paris for 2-3 days. Now it's a week, 2 weeks. So the guy left for a month or two. I don't remember. It was 96. So now we're like, wait a minute. When is this guy coming back? And we in the West, we're doing nothing. We're just there. We wake up in the day. Sometimes we go walk around. But we in an island. We don't know nobody. There's no subway. Like, it's hard to take like the taxi. Like, there's no cell phone like today. It's like we in 96. So that's 30 years ago. So at a point, so we before going there, we performed on a compilation with a bunch of different artists. The name of the compilation is Extase. And so it was just a bunch of, one of the first mixture of Zouk and R&B, one of the first compilations at that time that were doing this. So a bunch of different groups, the solo artists, and us. We perform on a beat made by Jean-Michel Rotin called Tour. And it was me, Mike, that we just had on the phone, Randy, another guy, and that I forgot the name, sorry, and Marilou Coupen, who was doing the chorus. So listen, at that time, we are fully into hip hop. So we don't really care about anything Zouk. But we don't mind when people ask us, hey, can you put some Zouk in some rap on our Zouk track? We're like, yeah, no problem. So we don't, but we are now really realizing that we are actually putting the pieces together of the revolution that would be the mixture of Zouk and R&B. So we did the track. After that, I think I was traveling and stuff, and then at a point we had our own shows because we were starting to be famous on the underground as rappers and R&B singers for Mike and Fidi, who became the group Organize. Now, the compilation came out. We didn't even really know. We didn't really care. We just came, performed, and lived our life. Now, we on tour with Jean-Michel Rotin, so performing with him. So we go to Guadeloupe, we go to Martinique, we go to French Guiana, we go to Saint Lucia, we go to Marie-Galante. We around the French part of the West Indies. Like, we're doing all the islands and we're doing multiple shows, all the clubs. We like performing every 2-3 days. So we don't read it. And sometimes we spend like 2 months in South America, in French Guiana. Sometimes we go to Martinique. Sometimes we go to Guadeloupe. Sometimes so we just like touring. So we sometimes we take the boat, sometimes we take the plane, sometimes we just take the car from one island between the islands. We on tour like for probably, we did 3-4 months based between Martinique and Guadeloupe. And at a point, out of nowhere, that guy disappears. So listen, imagine somebody hires you to do a job and then takes you in the other side of the world in a place that you've never been to. And then the guy just vanishes for a month. So in the beginning, we just like, listen, we go to the supermarket, we chill, we talk to girls, we don't really, because we believe he's gonna be back in 2-3 days. But after like 3-4 weeks, we're just bored and we have nothing to do. And he was the one who bought the tickets, and so we didn't even know when we were going home. And when we talked to his manager, he doesn't know where he is. We talked to his girl, she doesn't know where he is. Nobody knows where he is. So we're just waiting, chilling, making beats. So we make hip hop beats, R&B beats. And the compilation actually came out at that time. And I believe the executive producers of the compilation, I believe they had a preference, or maybe it was their girlfriend, I don't know. But there was a group formed by two twin sisters called Linda and Diana, LND. And these guys decided that this was the single. And the problem is, the street decided that our song was the hit, but we didn't know. So every time we turn on West Indies TV, French West Indies TV, we see the girls performing, and it's not that great. People are not actually loving it. People are actually, and it's a harsh public out there. Like if they don't like you, they will tell you straight. And I mean, I've been in a few shows, and it was kind of hard for them. So I was like, oh damn. And actually, the beat that they were playing, trying to remember who did that beat. I think it was me, or I rapped on it. I don't know. Listen. But they were doing their shows, and the public were not having it. And they kept selling Extase, which is the name of the compilation, right? So they kept announcing Extase as if it was a group. But Extase is a project, it's an album. So it could be anybody coming from that. But every time they announced Extase, people were thinking that it was our track that would be performed, but then the two girls arrived and everybody was pissed. So at a point, we meet that guy called Joel. So we knew him from touring, partying, etc. And he actually tells us that he's been appointed he's organizing a big tour to promote a brand new Coca-Cola competitor called Virgin Cola, and also some new chips called Pringles. So that was brand new. Like, it was like first time they arrived. Like, I think it just came out in the US and everywhere. So to promote those two brands, they were doing a big tour in every city, every island, and they were looking for somebody to do the opening for the group called Volteface. And so they were just looking for this group. They just need that one song that is number one everywhere. So because we were not even interested in what was playing in the West Indies radio, because we were just watching BET, watching rap videos and R&B videos. R. Kelly. That the rest, we didn't care. And so one day this guy comes to the house and he's in despair. And we're like, yo, Joel, what's up with you? I can't take it anymore. I'm trying to find these guys, but these guys are unavailable. Apparently they live in Mexico and they're not there. Like, listen, I have the budget. The brand is willing to even pay for me to bring all four of them from Mexico to the islands. But every time I ask the owner of the creators of that compilation, they keep telling us that the guys are not available. And the Mexicans, they're in Mexico and nobody gets a hold of them. And we're like, Mexicans? There was a Mexican group? So I'm trying to remember all the songs, because we were all in the studio when we did the thing, and I don't remember any person from Mexico. So I'm thinking, so I'm like, are you talking about Patrick? The guy's, no, the song that is number one. I said, listen, I don't know what's number one, but are you talking about the girl? No, it's a group, and it's in English. I was like, in English? So I'm like, the guy's like, are you guys crazy? So he goes to the radio. So back then, the radio, you have to. So he goes to the radio, and the guy's like, and puff, that. He says, listen, the song plays in every single radio station in every island in the West Indies. Plays 24/7. When it stops playing in one station, you can just go and it plays in another station. So he catches the end of the song, he just stopped playing, and then he just dials a little bit, and boom, there he goes. There. That's the song. That's the guy I'm looking for. And we're looking at him, we're like, are you serious? And he's like, yeah, they keep telling me that these guys are in Mexico. I'm like, and they want to force sell me those girls. But nobody wants the girls. We want the guys, this group. And we're like, Joel, it's us. That's our song. And the guy is like, guys, I'm not here to play games, okay? I need to find these guys. So stop playing games. If you know where I can find these guys, and me and Mike and Randy, we look at each other and we're like, is this guy serious? Bro, that's our song. And we start rapping at the same time as the song is playing on the radio. So I stopped. Mike sing his song. I think Mike was starting. You had the bass flow, and then Randy starts in rapping in Creole, and then it's me in English, and then the chorus, and the guy's like, wait a minute. So wait a minute, all this time I've been here going to parties with you, chilling with you, and you are the singers of the number one song of this summer? And we like, number one song is like, where do you guys like, do you live under a rock? And we're like, listen, we only watch BET. We don't listen to the radio here. We don't watch the TV from here. And we just come out of this house when somebody tells us that the boss needs us to go dance the choreographies and rap our parts. The rest of the time, we don't really know what's happening here, and we didn't really mix because we are into our hip-hop mode. And the guy's like, listen, this song has been number one for 2 months. Everybody has been looking for you guys, but because the name of the project is Extase, these guys, because they really want to sell those two girls, have been lying that you guys are Mexicans and are unavailable because you went back to your countries. We start laughing out. We're like, yeah. And the guy's like, that's not funny. I'm pissed off. So I'm like, okay, so what do you want to do? He's like, guys, let me come back. The guy goes to his office, comes back an hour later with contracts. He's like, yo, guys, read these contracts and sign them tomorrow if you want to come with us on tour. We're like, on tour? But we are the dancers of... I said, no. I want you guys to open. We have, and we like, so wait a minute. So how much is it? So at that time, he wanted to give us 8,000 francs. So 8,000 francs is about 1,500 euros. But divided by 4. So 1,500 divided by 4. So that would be 375 euros. But I mean, with inflation and stuff, but at the time, it's 8,000 francs. So 2,000 francs each person. That was a lot of money at the time. And we're like, yeah, but we're going to divide it in 4. That's only 2,000 francs each. I mean, but why not? And the guy's like, no. If you look at the contract, if you sign the contracts, it is for 40 shows. $8,000 multiply by 40. Multiply by 40. That's 320,000. So 320,000 francs divided by 4. That's 80,000 franc each. It's like $10,000 of nowadays dollars. It would be $10,000, $12,000 each to sing one song and to travel around all the islands and to open for the legendary group Volte-Face. And meet a lot of girls in the process. I was like, I've signed, so I'll read the contract fast. I'm like, I sign now. So Mike says, if Kaysha signs, I sign. Randy and Christian were like, we are waiting for Jean-Michel. I was like, guys, if you want to wait for the guy, you wait for the guys. We're going to divide all this money into. All good. So they signed. The next day, we were on a boat heading to Marie-Galante. And we started performing. And then I think after 2 months of doing shows almost every day or every 2-3 days. Now we had a show the first night because we had to train. We did a show. And in the beginning, everybody was watching. And then everybody started yelling like, be safe. So we sang. We actually had to sing the song every time we sang. We were singing the song like 3-4 times because we only had that one song. So everybody wanted to listen to the song again and again. So our show was actually us performing the song 4 times, 3 times, sometimes 5, 6, 7 times in a club. And everybody, all the girls were going crazy. And then that guy just appeared out of nowhere. The boss, Jean-Michel Autant, it appears out of nowhere. And when he appears, he was like, he came to one of our show actually. He watched the show and he said, okay, you're going to open for my show now. And the first thing I told him was, my price has doubled.